Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. In today's video, I'm going to be giving you one last house tour of the current home that we're in. We found out today that we have actually exchanged contracts and therefore we will be moving very, very soon. And we're excited about the move, but also emotional to leave this home. We've been here for 10 years and it's actually the longest I've ever lived in one place. So I love this house, and we've obviously brought all of our babies back to this house, and every single baby first has happened here. So it is going to be like an emotional move, but we're excited for the new chapter. So anyway, because I'm emotional, I thought I would just show you around one more time, because the last house tour that I did was actually 2 years ago. So a lot of stuff has changed. So let me just walk you around. And obviously this is a family home. There is going to be a bit of mess in places, but it's real life as well. And I have tidied up a little bit. So hopefully you'll enjoy this. So when we moved in 10 years ago, it was a massive project and we have renovated every inch of this house, including the porch. So as you walk in, this is a place where we just chuck all of our coats, and we added some paneling here and painted it. And we also added some tiling on this half of the wall, and then a fancy outdoor light, which we really liked the look of. Yeah, so come in, this is our front room, and I'm also really hoping that the audio is okay. We're trying a fancy, is it called lapel, yeah. Mike? Matt's filming this for the first time, so hopefully I don't have to shout and you can hear me. This is our front room. This is basically an adult sitting room and office for me. When we first moved in, we used it as like the main room for everything until we built the extension, but I'll get to that in a sec. So we've just got like a little couch here where we can chill in the evenings, and we also built this little fireplace here out of marble. Yes, just built that, and then we bought this little it's like an electric burner from B&Q, and it actually gives off heat, and it has like a little fire setting that I put on it, and we've also got little lanterns, and it's like a really cute space at night. And then I've probably got way too many photos on the mantelpiece, but yeah, this is just like it's probably like the least used room in our house, but every now and then if someone else wants to watch something different on the TV, they come in here. And then this is where I work. So this desk we actually had made by our carpenter, and then we had some glass put on top of it as well. Got like two little office chairs. I can't even remember where they're from, but anything I'm showing you, I will also link down below all of the individual room tours, and then they'll also show like where everything is from, because I have done a room tour of pretty much every room. And then we've got little like Ikea shelves with a few prints on it, and my play button here from when I got 100,000. Yeah, so basically this is where all my camera equipment is. This is where I edit, do voiceovers, work. During lockdown, it became a bit of a classroom because the boys would sit here and do work as well. So that is like my office area. And then my favorite bit, which I always show, there's a shoelace sticking out of. We had this built, we had this built under the stairs, again by our carpenter, and it's just an amazing space where we can put all of the family's shoes, and then you can just like hide it away. So we have really loved having that. And then behind the door, we've just got a big mirror so you can check your outfit before you go out. And yeah, that's the front room. Okay, so now I'll take you into our main living area. I feel like if you're a subscriber of mine, you've seen this area a million times. But this is our kitchen / living area where we keep all the toys for the kids. We also have a dining table, which we rarely use to eat on, but the kids color on all the time, do homework and stuff. So this kitchen is about, I want to say like 18 months old. Do you think, Dar? Yeah. About 18 months old.
No, 2 years.
Is it 2 years? Wow. So we used to have a grey and pink kitchen, and it did make the space a lot darker. So we decided to go very bright, and we got a grey beige, or we like to call it greige, units from Benchmarks, I think it was. And then we went for a quartz worktop in white, because we just wanted this whole space to be really, really bright. It helps with like Instagram photos and stuff like that as well, when you have like a light background. Over here on the side of our kitchen, I created a little command center. You can watch a whole video on this whole section, but it's like where our calendar, our meal planning, the kids' chore charts, their school dinners. Like I write them there so they know like what's on what day and stuff. So that's actually really handy to have. And then we went for loads of units. I don't know if that's worth saying, but we put more in than our old kitchen had. We've got like a little mini pantry over here that pulls out, and our fridge is here. This is probably our favorite feature. I've shown this quite a few times, but this is like we call it like a larder, can't say it. But this is like where we keep our like toast and like blender, and like all the breakfast stuff is in here. And then it's so nice, like when they're finished breakfast, we can just like hide it all away, and like it's just less on the surfaces. In terms of splashback, we actually went for mirror, which is a little bit different, but we're so pleased that we did. It really opens up this room and this space, and it actually wasn't very expensive at all. Then I also want to show you these fake flowers. We really love them, and someone local to us made them. We wanted like a tall arrangement. I also might show you this random little like tray, because I get so many messages about this. I just keep our hand soap and our dish soap on it, but we got that from H&M Home, and it's just like nice to have a little place for them. But yeah, I think that's pretty much everything in the kitchen. Ask me any questions in the comments. Our favorite thing about this room is how much glass is in it. It's such a bright room, and we got these huge bifolds when we did an extension, and it's so nice in the summer. They just fold all the way back, and then the garden really does become like another room in the house. When we first moved in, the house ended right here, didn't it? And like this was where our like garden doors were, and it was like a really small dark room. So this really opened it out by building into part of the garden. And then this is where we have our dining table. The dining table was from Laura Ashley. The chairs were from Next. And we had another fake arrangement made by the same local lady. And then we actually put some glass on top of it, which was like one of the best things we've ever done when you have kids, because when they're coloring with markers or eating, they don't dent the table or ruin the table at all. And it was only like £100. So really like money well spent. The bar stools were from John Lewis. I get asked that a lot, and it's great because they're like fake leather. When the kids spill food and stuff, it doesn't matter, just wipes clean. And then these little wooden ones are what Matt and I sit on, and they were from Dunelm's, I think, weren't they? Yeah. So then over here, it's like where we sit and watch TV most of the time, and where the kids play with all of their toys. I actually gave birth right here to our third child. So I think I'm like emotionally attached to this house, because like all my boys were born quite quickly. So we decided to have the third at home, and he actually came in just 40 minutes. So I'm glad that we decided to do that. But yeah, they've just got like some toy storage here under the TV. It's all from Great Little Trading Company. It's very tired now on the top, which you can probably tell. So we might get some new toy storage in the new house. And then that's from the same place, Great Little Trading Company. We've got his little Lego table, which is from Amazon, which is brilliant, and shopping trolley and all of that stuff. And then in here is our utility room. Before I show you the utility, I also wanted to mention this paneling that we did here. Our carpenter did like MDF paneling that we then painted. We really wanted to make it like a bit of a feature and like give the room some depth. So we were really pleased with how that turned out. And then this is actually half of our garage. We had a garage that we actually never put a car into. So we were like, we should use this space. So there's no windows or anything, but it's been amazing, especially when we've been potty training the children, because then it's given us a toilet downstairs. So yeah, we've got a toilet, and we've got like this fancy unit. Where was these kitchen units from again? Howden's, that was it. So actually really similar color to our kitchen. And then we went for like a wooden top and like a butler sink. This is where I used to bath all of our babies when they were little. And then all of these units are pretty much where all of the kids' crafting stuff is. I've got their pens here because they're coloring all the time, and then all of our laundry stuff. So I've got like some laundry bits in here, Fraser's PlayStation, our washer and dryer, and another freezer. We used to use this so much when they were babies, because like when I was working in an office, I used to like batch cook on the weekend and then freeze all of their like baby food, but we don't use it as much anymore. The mirror above the sink was from HomeSense, and we just thought it was like the perfect color for this room. And then here we put up all the little boys' hand and footprints that they had when they were newborns. And yeah, that is pretty much it for this room. And then there is a door there, but I won't show you. That is where our garage is. If you want to see that tour, you can check it out. But it's actually really messy where we're moving, so I won't open that door right now. Ta-da! So this is our garden. I actually did a full garden tour this summer, so if you want to check it out, I'll link it down below. But we come straight out onto some composite decking, which has just been so amazing while we had little kids, because they could just step right out on their own. And then this is where the boys play football. I actually am so gonna miss all of the leaves growing on the fence. That's taken like years to happen, hasn't it? And they like change, you can see they're changing color at the moment, and it's actually, we really like the way that it looks. But yeah, this is where the boys hang out, and they've got a bit of a barbecue area as well, which is quite messy where it's like cold weather at the moment. But yeah, I mean, the kids have all loved playing in the garden since they were babies. I also randomly wanted to show you our wood cladding on our house. I've never talked about it before, but it was actually such a good idea by Matt, because the brick on our house was looking really tired and we didn't love the color of it, but we also didn't want to render the house. So we got wood cladding on it. It was way more cost effective than rendering it as well. And if anyone, like the new people that have bought our house, if they would rather have the brick, they can literally just take it off. It's quite easy. All they did was like nail on some wood underneath and then this on top of it. And at first it was like really like quite a yellow wood, wasn't it? But then over the years, as it's like weathered, it's come like this really nice sort of grey wood, and we really like it. Probably doesn't look amazing on a day like today, but it makes, especially the front of the house, it's really like transformed it. So now I'll take you upstairs, but I quickly just wanted to talk about our staircase a bit, because when we moved into this house, it was really imposing. It was like a dark mahogany color. So we painted most of it white, and then we sanded this top bit down and varnished it. Then we also added a stripy carpet to make it look longer than it is. And we're really pleased with how it's turned out. I've also got my stair basket on the stairs, which I love. I got it on Amazon and we use it every day. So yes, let's go upstairs. This is our hallway. We have a giant wedding photo on the wall on a canvas that we've had for a long time. It's actually so big, I wonder if it's gonna fit in our new home. Then we painted the walls in the hallway like a two-tone. So it's like got that, this is the dove grey colour, isn't it? Yeah, dove grey on the bottom, white on the top. And then we keep our laundry baskets here in the hall for everyone. It's not ideal because it's quite a small space, but we're really excited. In the new house, we're hoping to get planning for a laundry chute. So it'll go from the family bathroom down into the laundry room. So stay tuned, hopefully it will happen. Now I think I'll take you into the master bedroom first. So this is our master bedroom, and this is our giant bed. We went for a super king size because we have 3 kids and there's almost always one like climbing in. We just went for the biggest that we could. It is from the English Bed Company and it's an ottoman bed, so it's got great storage underneath as well. For these side tables, we actually just got side shelves because we are short on space, and it's actually worked out so well. So we've just got our little lamps on our little shelves to either side. Over here there is built-in wardrobes, which is where Matt keeps all of his clothes. And then we built some more here. Again, our carpenter built these out of MDF and then we painted them. And then these are like where I keep all of my clothes. You've probably seen this if you're a subscriber. But yeah, really handy. We've got loads of storage. We both love clothes and shopping. And then over here, we've got like a little vanity unit. It's one from Ikea. We've had it forever and we've painted it to match the walls. And then we have painted again, like, what is this called? Two-tone. We painted that bit, and actually it was a fluke that it lined up, wasn't it, Dal? He was just lucky. So yeah, this is where I keep all my makeup and where I like curl my hair and all of that stuff. We also decided to get shutters in our bedroom and we're so pleased with how they look. And then I also get a lot of questions about these cushions here. We got them from a company in Essex called Latham's, and they're very choppable and we really like them. So yeah, and then the others, I think they're from like Next. Oh, actually, I think that's Primark. Yeah, and this is our ensuite. This was the room that we did first, so it's nearly 10 years old and it's held up so well. We went for a floating sink and then we built in the shelves into the wall. Then we've got like a little shower with a shelf and like some fancy mosaics. And yeah, we love it. It's like stayed in really good condition, hasn't it? So if you come into our son Caleb's bedroom, he is our nearly 7-year-old son. He's been in this room since he was a tiny baby, and it's like transformed from a nursery to a toddler room, and now it's like quite a grown-up room because we put a double bed in it. We used to have a single, but we have family that live like abroad, so both of our older sons have double beds. We put these little hooks up. They're only from Ikea. They were like £1, but Caleb used to love fancy dress, so we used to hang up like all of his fancy dress there. Now it's more for like his bathrobes and stuff. Got some little bookshelves also from Ikea, just for a few books, like as a bit of a display. And then I did a little gallery wall for him. It's all a bit crooked. Yeah, I just printed off that one. We got this one from I I think. One from Etsy, I believe, and then some pictures of them when they were little. The moose on the wall is Norman the moose. Caleb has like a love-hate relationship with him. Sometimes he says he gets scared of him in the night, but he also doesn't want him to go. Then also he's got some built-in wardrobes here where we keep all of his clothes on this side. He's got so many hand-me-downs, it is a joke. And then we've got like our bookshelf here for him as well. So yeah, that's pretty much his room. This side table was from eBay or Amazon. eBay. Yeah, the bedding is from Next. I don't know why, but I always feel like the color like mustard and grey like really suits him. That might sound like a weird thing to say. This lamp was from Ikea and it goes like this, or you can close it. Come in. This is our eldest son's bedroom. This is our nearly 10-year-old's room. So when we bought the house, it was a 3-bed, and we extended, as you saw downstairs, and we extended up on top of this a few years later because I got pregnant again. So we made this bedroom, and it's so beautiful that Matt and I didn't know if we should have it for ourselves, but then our room has like an ensuite, so we let Fraser have it, but it's one of our favorite rooms because it's an extension. We obviously had to go with the pitched roof, but we didn't need the loft bit, so we had like this beautiful vaulted ceiling which has loads of height and Velux windows in it. And then we did this really fancy light because we had the space. This is also from Ikea. It's just a bigger version than the one in Caleb's room. And we recently did this room up during lockdown. We decided to paint it this Hague blue, it was called, and I was really nervous because it's obviously a very dark color, but in a way it kind of like draws your eye up to the ceiling and makes it feel even bigger. And it's the perfect color because Fraser's a massive Tottenham Hotspur's fan, so you'll see all over his room he's got stuff that is Tottenham themed. This was from the Spurs website. This was a gift from a friend. And then the bed in his room was from Dreams. That was a gift because we worked with them. And then underneath it has loads of storage as well because it was also an ottoman bed. We tried to get everything Tottenham themed, so we got this pillow off of the Spurs website. His bedding is from somewhere called secretlinens.co.uk, I think. And then for his side tables and side lamps, we like mirrored them, and we wanted to go for a real like industrial urban sort of look, and we found these ones on Amazon, and we're really pleased with how they look, and they have all of his books in them. The side lamps were from Etsy, and we got him a little PlayStation alarm clock and a little plant to kind of like soften up the room. But if you want to see more about his room, I did do a whole transformation video, so you can watch that. I'll link it down below. We've got more Tottenham prints over there, and like we got this little globe for him because he used to have a big sticker on the wall which was like the world. So we were sad to like take that down. So we got him a little globe. And the last thing I wanted to show you in this room is that it also has amazing storage. We got our carpenter once again to build MDF wardrobes across the whole room right to the ceiling. And it doesn't only hold Fraser's stuff, it also has like all of our winter coats, his toys, and like more of like our winter coats and all of his clothes as well. So it's amazing. We've got some Christmas bits up the top, and yeah, it's just been great to have that storage. Now this is our family bathroom. It's quite a modest family bathroom, but it's been amazing for us. We decided to tile the whole room with these grey brick tiles and Metro mosaic tiles as well. It's got a freestanding unit, and then we really like the little rad that we went for. It's like a column rad. And then we went for some fancy lights to like make it look a bit prettier. So we've got one either side of the mirror, and then quite a glitzy one at the top of the room. And then we managed to fit a bath in here, even though it's pretty tiny. And obviously the boys have had all their baths in here. And yeah, we love it. And the last room that I wanted to show you is baby Jack's room. Although he's not a baby anymore, he's just turned 4 years old. But this has been his nursery, and it was the perfect sized nursery with his little crib and stuff. But it is getting a little bit tight now that he is running around and getting so much bigger. But we've got a single bed in here, and that actually fits in fine. We've got his books next to his bed, this little starlight. And then this big mirror was from Ikea, and it was amazing. Like whenever I fed him and burped him, I used to be able to like check if he was asleep on my shoulder and stuff. The bedding is the Giovanna Fletcher range at Next. The unit here, which is also what I used to change him on. This is Ikea, but we painted it and then we put new like handles on it. And then, yeah, it's actually still got all of his like nursery stuff, because we've known that we're moving for a year. We've known that, and it's finally happening. We haven't like made it his big boy room, but we plan to do that in the new house. So yeah, one thing I forgot to mention is that all of the bedrooms upstairs have electric blinds. So you get a little remote and you just press a button, and then they just come down. And we basically got them because I read a horror story about cords once, and that was it. I wanted to have electric blinds upstairs in all the rooms, but we really love them. You only have to charge them once every 6 months, isn't it, Dal? Yeah, pretty much. Like it's not much really. And yeah, and then we also have day to night blinds as well, which is great for like a little bit of privacy. So yeah. So I've tried to outro this video about 10 times and I keep crying. I wouldn't say I'm the type of person to normally get attached to like a place, but I'm so attached to this place because it's just so many memories here. We moved in, oh my God, I'm gonna cry again. We moved in when Fraser was 3 weeks old. And I just feel like we brought Caleb home from the hospital here. I actually gave birth to Jackson here. Every first step, first food. Okay, that's probably enough. Yeah. Obviously, we've renovated the whole house to our taste, and now we're leaving it, which I know seems crazy, but we're excited for a new chapter. But it's just like 10 years is like gone. Anyway, I better go. I'm so sorry if you clicked on this video just for a nice little house tour and now I'm crying. But I'm excited to show you guys the new house. Oh my God.